je ferme mes yeux, je te vois. Ton sourire me donne la foi. You're my reason, my only truth. Our heartbeat dances just for you. Hold me tight, ne me lâche pas. Together we'll touch the sky. Mon amour, mais oh baby, je t'aime toujours. Stay put, hanging there forever, be right. Mon cœur, with you the future's too bright. You're my morning, you're my light. In your arms I feel so right. Forever yours, through day and night.
Yo, welcome to TRK Multimedia. The name is Ataba Fojambra Utumi Ephraim, the Royal King. Senior DBIA, and that's so we are here to discuss our marriage and relationship topics. Now, and that topics, in more the empire, say marriage benefit men more than women. So, if you agree, tell us that you agree. We are currently live on TikTok, Facebook, and YouTube.
Your scent travels through my dreams, oh la la.
I'm going to be your host for the next 1.5 hours. So if you have anything and you are currently on TikTok, you can request to come to the box. And as you are also watching from the FYP, you can continue to tap the screen.
It's only you.
It's very, very important for all of us. And you cannot say that you don't need any relationship advice. Advice in it doesn't mean that we are the depository of all wisdom. But yeah, some of the experiences and some of our thoughts that I believe that are going to go a long way to advise you in your relationship and your marriages. Do you think marriage benefit men more than women? Do you think people should marry for love, not for stability? Or people marry for stability, not for love? Go to me, the Abba. And the last topic is not every parent deserves their child. Hey, as a man, how can you say not every parent deserves their child? In the wisdom of God, God gave them that child. So, I mean, for me, I think every parent deserves their child. But so not every parent deserves their child. I don't know. You can share your thoughts. Genevieve Kwan, you are welcome.
Together we'll touch the sky.
It's approximately 12:20 in San Antonio here, Texas. Approximately 12:20 in the noon. So we're going to be here till probably 2 o'clock. Then we will call it Obolo Q-Tech. You are welcome.
With you the future's too bright. You're my morning, you're my
Of a most impatient Moakwaba.
in your arms.
Oh, Rabbi, yeah, Rabbi.
Yeah.
You so proud of what is
Yankopo Adumo, Mehoyapa. And
where there's some panel. Yeah, me at the woman, me and selling in about
hallelujah. Inshira tested me and opay that lady is so wonderful.
Wow.
You wouldn't feed a dear or tested me and opay or say offer me that say.
But you better shut up a time with your brother, you better was a special one.
Yamo. Mr. Hyde, Wakaba. Yamo. Ede Yamiasi in that scene, say the Yankopo, and that's it. Say, Umakwa could do us.
Omo jabe mi nyinaa na makodi sika do na sika na oje akodi na Ghana for.
Ghana for asem wo.
Obi nwa chin na ye bua ni. Statias.
Yeah.
Serious.
Yeah. Okay. Amen. And then your program be say now your program a marriage debate and relationship.
Okay.
And discussion. I say marriage benefits men more than women. No cry na say no cry. Into no ba so na watch the wadwe na almost should people marry for love or stability? Ni abefi bia no ye be ma kwa ma wakasa afa ho. In the last one, a very controversial. I must say, not every parent deserves their child. I said, we are no issue. You know, who agree?
Earlier, all upon this year.
Oh, that mean young point. I mean, say when I'm console, baby.
Because my driving to a percent, I'm parking.
Me patcho you, Mati.
Parking. My percent, parking.
You, Mati. Into the Oya, no, I journey. Why patcho be pray? We are so here. We're going to start the program in the next 5 minutes. As I already told you, I'm going to be your driver or your host for the next 1.5 hours. This all important marriage relationship topics, you know. I don't know what you think about these topics. The Council of Living Saint Pacho Mawakwaba, you're welcome to the program. The first topic, you know, I'm going to say marriage benefits men more than women. How? And then the second topic is, should people marry for love or stability? Then the third one is, not every parent deserves their child. As Sembeni. If you just join and please tap the screen, keep on tapping the screen. If you are the FYP the class, and say near the Bian Crofo using to use to be. I didn't see in Rebecca say marriage benefits men more than women. I mean, I don't know what you think about it. But before that, you know, now me come and say Benny Jambra, our licensed financial professional, no, and Obo Ichidom near this media Ebremo. We are currently live on Facebook, YouTube, and TikTok. Now, what she does is that she educates the public, especially those who live in America and Canada, about life insurance policies. We have so many types of life insurance policies, and at least, you know, she talks about the life insurance policy, the right one, and the all are okay. Nina, you're okay, but there are some that will benefit you whilst you are alive. You know, you are living. Most of them, they only give you, you know, what you deserve after you are dead and gone. They give you. How can they give you what you deserve after you are dead and gone? So they give it to your family, your children, after you are dead and gone. Are they waiting for you to die? No. You know, and this particular one, like IUL, is the one that you will benefit whilst you are alive. You stand a chance of getting some of the benefits, you know, whilst you are alive. And we will see an end in Kasha. I'm a bush for be and Kasu will be in what in such a bush. So, the American say contact Benice on 210-852-3584, 210-852-3651. But keep on tapping the screen, keep on liking the page. And Sana Yasha here. We are currently live on YouTube, Facebook, and TikTok. My name once again is Atta Bafo Jambra. You put me Afreme the Royal King. The Council of Living Saint Pachomo Akwaba.
Thank you, sir.
And I to say.
Inhyira nka Nyame o na mo nso ɛ.
Ami no Shanka Yame, Adom, a humble brother Monpai Bonti, Yena Yahuye. Na and the topic here, Yakako for some about. Many a mammy yim crashing, something not every parent deserve their child, and the yim shimmy, papa. You know, so how can we say not every parent deserve their child? Yes, there are some parents almost and Shada and Kenny idea, but I believe it's a Yankopon in Yansi Muno, you know. I don't know any means or the in Korano, every parent. So it is the responsibility of the parent to make sure you become a good parent and you mold the kids to baby and couple person do musi. You know, entity apa Bible say Jimmy sem ebata akwara koma ho na ntia so aba. You know, ntia so aba na yen say wafa aba the bono po me to me understanding is the rod of wisdom. Until rebuke. Okay, Paul trust him or see the word of God is to correct, rebuke, teach, you know, in righteousness, so that the servant of God will be fully, thoroughly equipped for the task ahead. You know, Obuha, Mr. Manoyapa, if I'm rebuking you, I'll rebuke you until I see tears. Not till I realize that you are probably remorseful, you know. Before I go ahead, me treat him where the end me treat him meba. You know, I think it's not about using cane and using those stuff, but some parents also maybe you don't care. So can we say those who doesn't care don't deserve their children? They don't deserve it. I think it's strong of a word for me if we say they don't deserve their children. So these are some of the topics that we want to bring on board. If you want to join the discussion on TikTok, you can climb the box and let's hear your voice. We are not only live on TikTok, we are live on Facebook and YouTube as well. And you know, whatever you say on TikTok, please keep on tapping the screen if we are FYP. Excluding the Council of Living Saints. Almost says top one or tap screen, it affects the what do you call it? It affects the channel. And you know, those who are FYP, please keep on tapping the screen. So the fact that you don't care, no, the fact that Obaye Bibia as any open as a mass and you know, now instead of Ubi instead of Uber Crocro, the worthy veteran, you are welcome. You know, you interchange things. Both are being, you know, into TBS unya, you know, the one that he or she was supposed to get when he was a child, no mbomna winya, then it will go a long way to affect the kids. So yeah. The Council of Living Saints. Ebusia mamuna akwa ba edebati ake multimedia. You are live on Facebook, TikTok, and YouTube. Inti se oba Facebook abo to me actually wadwen e Facebook, oba YouTube abo to me so actually wadwen e YouTube. Send your comment to the comment section. It's only TikTok na ube to me that your voice can be heard. And whatever you say, those on TikTok, those on Facebook and YouTube will equally hear. And you know, if you are on YouTube, you can send your comment at the comment section. You can write it and we'll read it. If you're on TikTok and you want to climb the app there, or two, you are welcome. Obapa Pretty, you are all welcome to the page. The Worthy Veteran, you are all welcome.
With you, the future's too bright. You're my morning, you're my light. In your arms, I feel so right. Forever yours, through day and night.
Yeah, Council of Living Saints, you're welcome. Ebusiama, welcome. The page is open for discussion. Council, Ona Wafu Abasro, so we are going to start with you. I don't know which one you start first. marriage benefit men more than women? And no, now about to me I started and I said, should people marry for love or for stability? And that is a big question. Then the last heartbreaking to me, not every parent deserves their child. The question or the topic alone has alerted me and has told me something, that if I'm not doing something right, it's about time I change my attitude to be a better parent to my children. So the topic alone is a huge boost for me. Cancel, but or mute yourself and let rock start the game.
Thank you, TRK, and thank you to viewers and listeners. Appreciate the time for this moment that you've organized this for us all to share. Yes, I wouldn't take on marriage benefits men more than women. I think if we are looking at historical records and we are looking at culture, it may depend on some cultures, but let's look at the fact that when it comes to the marriage structure right now, in most cultures, the man take a woman, so that the man brings in a woman into his life. So it starts off, it begins with the man. So in that sense, he now has the choice and options to select somebody and then have the time that he wants to marry and then a reason to marry. And in
Please,
terms of
Counsel,
readiness,
sorry, can you hold on? The wedding veteran, I understand that when you are in the box and you like the page, it affects the page. So if you can, if you want to give us some more like, you can drop down, or if you want to talk, you can just stay on and use another account if you have to like the page. Thank you so much. Go ahead, Counsel.
So yes, I would say in the first, since he has the advantage as to when and why that he wants to marry, he takes on kind of an advantage right from the get-go. So because that is very important, because it is the man that initiates the marriage, some of them have reasons before even they marry and not necessarily to benefit the woman.
Okay.
So that in the first place gives the man advantage. Imagine if women are also going in there and finding a man when they are ready, and finding a man when the man that suits their time, their taste, I may say, in all areas where they choose to marry, then it would also be a different advantage from the get-go.
But
for the
Counsel,
woman.
most women have their preferences. Honestly, they do choose their preferences. If you come and you're not their preference, they will not accept you.
It's true, but you are looking at the relationship will not be built if the man doesn't initiate it. You may prefer 4 or 5 men in your circles of acquaintance as a woman, but one of them have to come seek your hands in marriage. One of them have to actually accept you or begin. If the man may not be ready, you may be ready as a woman, but he may not be ready. So because I'm just saying to the fact that the way our marriage structure is built, that man proposes, man goes and find a woman and brings a woman into his life. Although the woman also accepts, it has the man being the chooser has the advantage. So I'm saying that to say, in a way, that alone, that the man has to marry a woman, as we all have it in maybe biblical context, it gives a man an advantage right from the get-go. And then when they have the union, in so many ways, when you're looking at how in so many cultures, as I said, we are bringing culture into perspective in this discussion too. In so many cultures, as we know, when the man marries, he becomes the head of the family. And in a way, when it comes to decision making, when it comes to how the family is built and structured, the man has an advantage and a say more than the woman will. So that is also another benefit. It may not be direct, but it may not be something we may say, what benefit would it be if I'm the head of the family? Yes, of course, there is a benefit to be the head of the family. And as we carry on in the relationship, when it comes to the man also, the woman become pregnant, or he goes the family way, We know the struggles that it comes when a woman becomes pregnant. There are so many things that comes with it. So in a way, the man's life is affected by the pregnancy, although the two of them had a pregnancy. But when it comes to keeping the baby in another person's body, I mean, you may say when the family is well to do, the woman can be well taken care of by maybe a maid or being a very good and proper hospital, so she will be pampered during those moments. But that is not the case across board in most, as we know, when you're looking at the financial hierarchy, those that are low income, middle income, they are more than those that are well to do. So in that sense, the struggle for a woman to keep a baby in a marriage or in a relationship, the man will be free enough, right? In that moment, in that time, our health is different from the woman's health. And even after pregnancy, the women are not the same when it comes to their health, right? It takes time to recover. So in all that, that also advantage to the man. And then when you're looking at finances, if the finances, that maybe some cultures, that is where the women will become an advantage in that marriage. You are looking at maybe places where the man will have to provide, single-handedly have to be the breadwinner. Then in finances, we can also say in a way the woman benefits the more in terms of since if she's not working, then the man working, of course, the woman is now benefiting from that. But we know in some cultures, it's not 100% to zero. It's either 50-50 or the woman is also pulling her weight. So that benefit can be skewed in some other sense. And then we're also looking at other cultures where you are looking at protected rights, that in that relationship, the woman has a higher protection. In those cultures, you'll say the woman also benefit. But in all,
Council,
as I said, yes.
Saying that, say, if the woman probably is not working, it means the man, when the man is the sole provider, the woman is sort of benefiting from it. For me, I don't agree, because being a caretaker at home or babysitting your children is a full-time job. You know, it comes with, apart from taking care of your own children, there is this kind of is it pressure, or if I should put it this way, stress. This kind of stress on you, because when you fear, especially when you ask, you say you need something that you need, that you wish that you have your job, that you can afford it to buy, then you ask your husband, and your husband will be nagging and telling you stories. It becomes a problem. To me, for that one, I think if your woman is not working and the man is so working, it's not to the advantage of the woman. It's 50-50 to me.
Okay, that is to say, if the marriage, they have kids, right?
Yeah.
So that is one. In that context, if you're saying the woman is benefiting too, right? But it proportionately is what we are looking at, right?
Okay.
In terms of finance, we are looking at when the man is really, really well to do, right? In a way, in some way, imagine the man has an empire, a billionaire empire. Then he brings in a woman, right? In terms of benefits, either the woman have children or he doesn't have children. The fact that you are now surnamed to Elon Musk,
yeah.
I mean, that's a huge financial benefit. Even if there are children or no children, there's a huge kind of financial benefit. So I agree. In the tiers of financial kind of stability, then you are looking at places where you are, it is equally, because even with the Elon Musk and those things, when it comes to the children, it's just when you are having the baby. Afterwards, they got nurses, they got nannies, they got babysitters, they got all that to support it. So yes, what you're saying in terms of the benefits and across board, right? You are looking at when there is that financial kind of issue, because what I brought up is financial, right? So in the tiers of financial, there are areas where we can say, yes, it's 50-50 because she's taking care of the children, so it's 50-50. But overall, right, because the man is there, right, and then the woman is there, and the man brings in the woman, And now, if the woman is not working, right, or the woman brings in the man in some cultures, and then the other partner is not working, the first law is survival. So, in a way, if you all don't agree, in a sense, to pull in the weight, and you see, by culture, in some cultures, it's understood that the man will have to work. And it's not just culture, it's economical and historical. In some history and in some countries, what the man is paid is based on his marital status and how many children he has. So that in a way, the minimum pay is based on such a way that it should be able to take care of a family. But in that sense, then we are looking at the sense that, okay, when it comes in, we understand the woman has a role to raise children. And I mean, the United States in a while had that philosophy and ideology, but it changed. And when you're looking at the Israelites in the Bible, that was kind of the same kind of ideology, right? The woman should be in the house and take care of the kids, because that is very important in raising the next generation for the nation, that the children are well taught, nurtured, and educated by the woman, right? So in all that, yes, in all that, I think the man has some advantage in terms of marriage overall. But yet, still, we can talk about some benefits that women have depending on the nation they are in, and then the era and time, especially in times when we are talking about feminism and all that, when the woman wants to be the same with the man. That's the case. But what I disagree with the statement is the fact that there's always an ideal of how life is supposed to be. And then there's the reality that is actually going on. So in reality, the two should benefit, right? In reality, when the two comes together, as I said, the first law of life is survival. And I think when you're looking at history, in most cases, the woman kind of the society was always under authority. So her first authority was the father. And when you're looking at in such cultures, even in the Bible, the father had to give the woman to the next person to take care of. And in that sense, the father had to be paid in terms of dowry or bride price just for having taken care of her, now handing it over to you, the other person, which is
That
a
is only
husband.
in Africa.
Yeah, the husband is also to take over. So in that sense, there is an advantage and there is a disadvantage, a benefit and disbenefit. A benefit when the woman is given into a very rich home, and a benefit also a disbenefit when she goes in there and she becomes more like not an equal, which is supposed to be in the New Testament, but rather she goes in there and submit, rather is taken as a servant. In some cultures, there is a disrespect. There's a sense that she's not the equal of the man. There is a sense that like a girl child, the man can do whatever that he wants, but the woman cannot do anything. Those are kind of, I think, cultural. Those are things that puts women in marriage in a bad position. But as we know, cultures are things that we have had with, and traditions doesn't necessarily mean it's the right thing. We may be doing things over time, over years, for a long time, but not necessarily the right thing. So the ideal to me is that both should benefit. Both should have equal emotional benefits. Both should have health and longevity. Both should have career and financial impact. And at the end of the day, as I said, it's survival. The woman is a sovereign being that came into this world expressing the God essence in her. The man is a sovereign being that is also came into this world expressing the God essence in her. And you have come together as one, and you are supposed to survive and live together as one.
All right, thank you so much, Council. Senior na council the topic is marriage benefit men more than women. Meaning senior also watching actually. I mean, and yet only English. I mean, which me about actually watching a tree or casa opposite watching. Then we all go together, we move together. Very very important. And for which group of people? And I say which of the partners do you think say they benefit more? Our and yet, in terms of, I mean, able to me, I put on your argument based on finances, argument on freedom, argument on owning the greater share of the properties. Whatever you can base your argument, you just have to argue or not. Yeah, sure. Na man pacho mo wakwaba bebre.
Je t'aime toujours. Stay put, hanging there forever, be right. Mon cœur, with you the future's too bright. You're my morning, you're my light. In your arms I feel so right. Forever yours, through day and night.
Auntie, what you so extra was say, my man say yenya comment or Facebook or YouTube so far no yenya comment be or Facebook any YouTube. So we will
Yeah,
continue.
Chake,
Okay, go ahead.
I want to tell you a story that I heard. So this man was in the military, and he provided, of course, for the woman and for the children for all those years. He was up and coming, a very good man, honest man, and provided for the woman and then the children all those days and all those years. The children grew up. This is a story from Nigeria. The children grew up, they all traveled to abroad, some in the UK, some in the United States. And what happened in the end was that the man, after he retired, he came home and all that. The children now just invite the mother, and then the mother is now with them in abroad, right? And she's just going up and down across countries to visit the children. And then the man now home all by himself and doesn't even have anybody around him because the mother is not around now and at that age. And that story sounds so pitiful and very sad, right? Because in those moments he was not around, he was not in the home to be with the children and to raise the children. So the children don't have any kind of they love their dad, but not as much as they've known and loved their mother. So in terms of calling or inviting the man to live with them, they don't have any kind of rapport. So at his old age, now the man is kind of a very pitiful kind of situation now, right? And others are looking at this and saying, oh, then in the end, men are not what benefiting. But as we said in our series during the week about how we don't take just a singular event to create a universal law. So this is a very pitiful situation in a man's life for marrying and kind of devoting all his money where as his time he had not married, he could have just enjoyed the life with the money that he was spending on the wife and the children and all that. But he did all that in the end of the day when he retired. I mean, in military, sometimes you move up and down. He didn't move with the family, which maybe is a mistake he did. But bottom line, when he retired, he had no life now. Like he's living kind of a very singular life.
Wow.
But that is a very sad story. And that you are looking at this alone, you will say, okay, then men don't benefit from marriage, right? But that shouldn't be our definition for generalization or kind of make a claim based on just his life. But we know that in some situations, there are some people that are looking at their marriage and they're like, oh, I'm not benefiting, right? But that is just to say.
Okay, Council, who is the next to join the discussion? I think, sir, if you are down the FYP and you want to join your voice, in an American, it will be the tree now, Council there. I don't know, bro, for now, which you so obey you, also, but now you should tree a man in Mema, a moon on him in our benefit to Mopa, a man, any Mema. Yes, say a Mema, a benefiting Mema sing about Council. And making an argument in the benefit you remember saying about. Yeah, well, another topic. I want to say people should marry for love, not for stability. And I said love and stability. They move your or worry because here no, or worry because me worry isikeni. May worry because sika ofie me worry because wako school me worry because obetumi aboa mo abrabom. Are you married? Let's say abrabo no oba na se wentumi amboa wo mu a ubeja no ana say ni ote no umbo ubeboa no na aware na akoso. I mean, there are so many instances. There are so many examples that we can go on and on and on and on. Say, you know, crofo bebre nipa do say they worry for odo. Nipa do say, you know, worry for odo. Ah, say be man yare no matter what. Be man ho chire na no matter what. Oba no onka kan wasem nchire busua da. Onka nchire adamfo da. Ni kunu man is kana nso no kura obeka na no atum. So oba no ye bibia obetumi ahwe yam yenim no de ache no. Eme nipa do saying, you know, worry for odo. Because obi ko worry a oba yi and two of you betumi enjoy no. And the new for which may enjoy and who imagine, you know. And I say, hey, or your hard work, you know, was cool, to me. Are you marrying for stability or you marrying for love? Odo ni panwa or ye bonia, you can find a place in your house and a young for kana na odi a channel. Jojo Inaki, you are welcome. Thank you so much. And I'm Dawasi Bibri. Teresa Deborah, thank you so much. And you can continue to share. Now, Slim B also Medawasi Bebre. Mpacho say, oh, top wa don't like it. You can continue to share. Yes, say, oh, top one hour. Media me. Chena mi nimu. Echidu na eja. Ubichire muse. Ubi wo top one or like ya affective page. You know. And ma we no enko echire se na say ekoro. Enti ubotumi ede wadwen chire so aba minua. I mean, you can share your views. Our YouTube, our Facebook, our TikTok, TRK Multimedia. Na bibia aye kama.
With you the future's too bright. You're my morning, you're my light. In your arms I feel so right. Forever yours through day and night.
Say, oh, FIP, Ubuntu Afo, now the Wajan Chire Aba. Maybe the worthy veteran say, oh, ho, nice up say, oh, for Ubuntu Apo, no Afo, now the Wajan Chire Aba. Slim B, who hon up say, oh, for Mr. For na for Wajan Chire Ebra. Na ye na ni yensho senia ebisi fa ebobo in seven home. Marriage benefit ma na say mema. Say yan no na abeka obetumi achu so ba akon. Should people marry for love or stability? Stability na ebi ni den. Stability na ebi ni ne wo he. Me warne if you say obetumi aboa me. Inti say oba aware ni mu na say emoa no hu say emoa no eba instead of wo so no emoa wo a obetumi di aboa no whatever temperature mo akwa ba. Instead of wo so emoa wo a obetumi di aboa no da bi moa na ase we need also no nko an say what disappoint you in say no. What better, Mr. Which one will you choose? And the topic today and what's it?
So I want to go with the first one. Does marriage benefits men or more than women?
Okay.
Yeah, I would say, sir, the way that marriage is instituted, by God, it shouldn't benefit one other than the other, because each and everyone has a role to play in that relationship. So everyone should equally, both the man and the woman should equally benefit from the marriage. There are areas where the man benefits, there are areas when the woman benefits, and there are areas that is mutual. And so the question of does marriage benefit men more than women, India, I think, in my opinion, it shouldn't benefit one than the other. Both should benefit equally. I know, sir, the Council of the Living Saints made some analysis be in regards to even if a woman marries a rich man, just the name alone brings credibility to the woman, and so that is the benefit that the woman is getting, which to me really is not, because if you love me and you came and married me, and that means that both of us, whatever you have is mine too. So we are equally, mutual partners in this relationship. So yes, it adds value that you are the wife or the husband of a rich man or a woman, but that really to me doesn't put any benefits, give the woman any benefits more than the man.
Okay,
So
what the best one? Let me ask you. We say normally, say when the woman goes to marry men who are rich, right? During the divorce, even it's just recently that they've said that there is just a law that when you come and the property has been acquired already, it means that when you are divorcing, it's the man's choice. Says okay, we don't buy my head that mema obi, and now I say whichever way But when you look at the women's side, it's not like that. When you are going to get married, the woman has a property already. You don't count it as part of or properties. And I say, count. The one that both of you made. Does it mean that a man will benefit more when it comes to marriage and divorce more than the man?
So these are two questions. We're talking about marriage or we're talking about divorce? Because to me, when a man marries a woman and the man had properties before marrying the woman, and there is divorce, and they consider that prior to the woman coming in the home, every property that a man had acquired, the woman cannot take a share in it or anything like that. To me, that doesn't make sense, and it's all also depends on the two, right? The man, if the man loves the woman or the woman loves the man, much, you can say, okay, it doesn't matter. What I have is yours. We have both names, although I acquired it before you. I joined me. What I have is yours. But then again, I also understand the part of the men, because nowadays these divorces are so rampant that some of the women have their own motive or agenda of going into marriage. So I also completely understand that part from the men and the law, so that nobody would. And I will not also say only the women have their own motives. Some men also do have their own motives. So again, it's both ways. Some people go into marriage for the benefits. Some people go into marriage for, the real love and relationship.
So this your answer answers the second one. Should you marry for love or stability? It's really like pretty much summarize the second one. Or what do you think?
So again, everyone has motive or reason why they go into relationship or marriage. Some people go in there for the love, some people go in there for the stability. But if you look at marriage itself as it was instituted, it should be based on love.
Okay.
Right? So if you go in for love first, then the stability will come in. Right? That is what I think, because it shouldn't be based on only, I'm getting married because you are rich and so I want to be stable, and so that's why. That is the wrong answer to me. It should be based on love, and if there's no love, normally the one that has the stability to provide for the other normally thinks that, this person coming to my life is based on love. But the one that is going into the relationship for stability, that's all that's in their mind. And things can turn around. Somebody can go in there for stability and later on it turns to love. Like, we know it happens, right?
I have a friend, I don't mean to cut you. I have a friend who is a lady who is rich. She's young, about 40, 42 years. She's really rich. She has made it. She works for the government and she works her own job. Like she has stores, not store, different corner stores. So right now she's scared to get married. Why? Because she thinks she's rich, so the man will not come in for real love. You think it's a good idea?
So I would say that yes, it is possible that any man that comes into her life, no, you can't tell
You can't tell.
you cannot tell. We can say that because we've heard things happen like that before. So it all depends. And how can you really tell if this person that is coming into my life is coming in there because of the stability and not love? Or how can you tell vice versa? So it's hard. All I would say is that she just has to pray and have the eyes, keen eyes like the eagle. I'm pretty sure that marriage shouldn't start, or they shouldn't come into marriage or tie the knot within a week or even a month. Right? Even though there is a love at first sight or whatever, but I think that there's more to it than love at first sight. You have to study the person, and when you guys are in courtship or things like that. So maybe that way some red flags will be raised and you'll be able to tell whether this is leading the right way or not. There are some people too who are very, very what is the right word? Cunning, right?
Yeah.
They can
Even if
conceal
it
their
takes
behaviors.
it takes 10 years, they still can wait.
Yeah. Yeah, because of the motive, because of what they have. So some people can hide their, there are couples who have lived for years and years, and something happens and they say, "Oh man, I thought I knew you, but I don't."
Yeah.
Right? So it's there. It's there, definitely.
Okay. All right. Thank you so much. Well, the veteran, thank you. I really appreciate your joining. You can still keep on there and contribute to the program. If you now join us on YouTube, on Facebook, on TikTok, this is TRK Multimedia. The name is Ataba Fojambra. You can call me the Royal King. If today happens to be the first time that you are watching us on YouTube, on Facebook, on TikTok, please follow us. If on YouTube, please subscribe to our channel. For us, it's very important for us as we want to grow the channel. You are watching on Facebook, join our Facebook page, and TikTok as well. Just follow me on TRK Multimedia. All right.
Travels through my dreams, oh la la. Even when the stars fall down, your name shines in my heart.
You can still share your comments at the comment section on YouTube, on Facebook, and on TikTok as well. The Council of Living Saints, we are back on. Thank you for coming. What do you have for us once again? Another topic, or you want to continue with the first one?
Yeah, it's still the first one. I mean, as I said, the statement in its generalization, I would say yes, it's true, and we are looking at from biblical and cultural backgrounds and looking at historical records. It kind of indicates same, especially when you're looking at the Old Testament, right? In ancient Hebrew society, marriage functioned less of a romantic partnership and was more socio-economical, and then also lineage building institution. And it's pretty much the same as our home, right? Back home, we had the same structure. If you're looking at Genesis 2 and to 3, you're looking at Eve is described as a helper to Adam.
Okay.
So, of course, if somebody is coming to help you, it can be interpreted as you are getting the more benefit from it, while often this is interpreted spiritually as partnership. Historically, it was used to frame a support role for women than an equal in leadership. And so if you're looking at Genesis 3:16, it's saying that your desire will be for your husband and he will rule over you. This passage also kind of has often been interpreted as establishing male authority within marriage, reinforcing, as we're saying, the hierarchy where men lead and women support. So here the implication is kind of a marriage position men as heads, providers, as I mentioned earlier on, giving them structural authority and social benefit. And then if you're looking at polygyny, men with multiple wives, in the Old Testament, and even in so many current laws, it's nearly impossible for a woman to have kind of multiple men. But the advantage that men have culturally is that Abraham had Sarah, Hagar,
It's in South
Jacob.
Africa, though.
Yeah,
Some part of Africa it is there.
those South Africans.
Some tribes, the women can marry like 10. They don't care.
It's so crazy. You're looking at Jacob. Jacob had multiple wives and concubines. You're looking at David and Solomon, the same there. So no equivalent model where women had multiple wives, as we
Multiple
mentioned.
husbands.
Yeah, husbands. And then you're looking at women also used to treat, or often treated within marriage as part of a household property in the old covenant, right? Exodus chapter 20:17,
Okay.
commandment against coveting, like list neighbor's wife alongside house servants and livelihood. Thou shalt not covet your neighbor's wife. Like it lists the wife as like kind of your property that you have. Yeah, and then a man could issue a certificate of divorce if he found something indecent. You can just claim something indecent on your wife, and then you give them a certificate of divorce. Women generally did not have equal unilateral divorce rights. So greater control over marital continuation, ability to remarry more freely, social protection. All these things are benefit that I'm speaking like from biblical perspective.
Okay.
Men have, right? Yeah. And as I said, lineage building. So yes, I mean, historically, if we are looking at that, and as Weddy Veteran mentioned, there should be a separation between what's supposed to be and what reality is actually. So what is supposed to be a marriage, as we can also accept in the New Covenant or New Testament in the Bible, is supposed to be like an equal partnership where we all benefit the same in every ways and situations we find ourselves in the relationship. With children, no children, finance, no finance. But the reality is not what is it historically and what is even happening presently.
Oh, okay. All right. Thank you so much. Well, Bertrand, you have anything to add up, or you can choose another topic for you to discuss? This should people marry for love or stability? I think you touched on that one, Well, Bertrand. I think you touched on that
Yeah,
one.
I think I did touch on that one.
But the one
But
that
for me,
breaks my heart is not every parent deserves their child. I don't know why
that
I chose that topic, but it's really, when I saw it, it really makes my heart boom boom. You know, it's a wake up
your
call.
heart went boom boom
Oh
boom.
yes.
That is pretty deep. Not every parent deserves their child. Wow. Man, I don't know. Well, so what I would say is you can see even in our modern days, there are a lot of people that bear children that are not necessarily responsible to keep children. And so in that essence, I would say, yeah, you being born to that person, or you giving birth to that person, you become a parent. But if you're not able to exercise your parental duties or provide for the child, that is why in these days we have children who are being taken away from their parents and given into foster homes and other places because they are incapable of exhibiting those duties as a parent and taking care of. So yeah, in that sense, I would say that they don't deserve to have the child right there because although they brought the child to the world, they are not responsible enough to keep the child. So that is what I would say. But other than that, that
You don't have
deserve their
much.
child.
Okay, let's go to council to touch on that talk. Maybe it can give all of us a clue on like as to the direction that we should go. Council, do you have any idea about this?
Yeah, this is just emotionally heavy, and but it's deeply real, right? Biology can make one a parent, but I think the role of parenthood is not the same as you having the child onto this earth. And then the problem is the fact that let's look at a chain, right? A chain reaction. You have a parent which is very good, very responsible, accountable, raising kids, and over time, their grandchildren, the children they will have, also they did not have the environment, maybe single family, whatever the case is, the training, because parenthood is not something that comes natural. Although you have a child, doesn't mean you know how to nurture and raise the child. There are even mothers that give birth and they don't even know how to take care of the kids, like maternally, breastfeeding and waking up in the night and raising them up and all that. They may not have that. But I think that is where this is an issue if society fails to acknowledge this and then kind of train people, educate people before even they have children or before they marry to have the children. Right. So if you have a society where the parents, the person that has given birth to the child, does not have the skills, the knowledge, the education to raise a child, then the fact that you have the child doesn't make you a, like the parenthood, like you deserve it. Like that's the word
But
said.
deserve is
You don't
too strong of
deserve
a
it.
word.
Yeah,
for me.
deserve is a strong of a word.
Yeah.
Right. It's a strong of a word. In a way, in terms of entitlement, you are not entitled to it, right?
Yeah, maybe
But
you
to
can
use the
use
you deserve, maybe how it's a difficult word, right? The
yeah.
word in its connotation is wrong in a way, but when you are looking at it in terms of parenthood versus having the child, then we are talking about the fact that you may not have that right to raise the child, but you deserve the child because it's you brought it to the world. It's your child. In terms of some decisions that needs to go on in the child's life, you have it. But as I said, in an event where society has failed to educate the youth, educate a generation on how to raise the children, be responsible adults, be loving parents, caring parents, then this debate, especially when you're looking at the government coming in and saying these statements, then it's a fearful place and a fearful thing for a government, somebody else to come and say a parent does not deserve to have their children when they have created that society where the parents can no longer be able to raise the children. Now they have the right to say you don't deserve the children because you are making so many mistakes because the children are coming up and they are becoming criminals or whatever the case is, so you don't deserve it, right?
You
But
know,
I
Council,
think it's a very
sorry to cut you here.
yeah.
Let me chip in a little bit. There are so many movies that we've watched, right? Some parents, you may think that they don't deserve their child because they deserted their children in the early age. But if you sit down and listen to your reason, or if the child will sit down and listen to their reason, so you should have stayed and fight. No. There's parents who believe that even exposing their children close around them will expose their children to danger. Especially those who have worked with the FBI and those who have worked special duties, special forces, who are, people who have their eyes on them. They think that people may use their children against them. Until the moment they give birth, then they hide the maternity, the paternity, or whatever of their children. Go and give it to somebody that they can trust. Get away from the area, and the child will grow as alone with maybe with a grandpa or with auntie, with a friend, with somebody they can trust, a trustee. But if he or she grows and the parent pops up, knowing that right now he's old enough and things have cooled down, and I pop up show you that I'm your parent, so you don't deserve me, which is for the mother or the father to turn away from a child is a painful thing to me, unless he or she intentionally did it for a reason. But if he or she did it to save the child, I mean, to use the word don't deserve it it's going to hurt the parent, break his heart too much.
I think we are looking at this is also some exceptions, right? Situations. But when we are looking at the word deserve, maybe that's where we need to really come to understand it. Meaning, when you give birth to a child, the ownership in terms of your right over the child's life and decision, and there is that kind of relationship between a child and a parent in terms of legal structure. So if you're looking at the deserve, right, as hey, whose child is this? And it's always you. And then the parent as a parent in our society, there are things that comes in terms of legal, you are filing taxes, in terms of when the child is in the hospital, right, as a beneficiary, all those things as what we are looking at deserve, then it may not be necessary you raising them. No matter how we find this child, you are the person that deserves the right over the child. You are the person who is worthy of the right over the child. But I think if we understand deserve in that direction, then we can say that no parent does not deserve, right? Every parent deserves that right. I'm very careful to use the word ownership, right? But that kind of entitlement as, hey, this is the parent of the child biologically, and then that defines it as a parent. But when we are looking at the parent deserve in a sense that you deserve to raise the child, you deserve to parent the child, that is not a deserve matter. It will also account to the person's kind of character, the person's because frankly, as I said, if a society does not really pay attention to raising people to parent, right, giving them the tools, the knowledge, because often we do think that when people grow up, why don't you know? People just grow up and automatically know how to do everything. So far as you have a child, you know how to parent. It's kind of an ideology we all hold, right? So far as you are hired on, you should know how to do it, right? But there's always a learning, because we all came to this world and we don't know. So everybody should have a learning curve. So I believe for a society, for us to even say you want to be a parent, there should be in our education system a way that we teach people how to be parents, actually be parents, right? So in that sense, then we can say the parenting and then the biological kind of rights as a child, you deserve it. But in more often than not, there are people that are having children, they don't even want the children in the first place. The children came as an afterthought, or it just came when they were not expecting the child. In those times, the person is not ready, willing to even raise the kid in any way. So in that sense, how are we saying he deserves the child to raise the child or parent the child? We are having people who project their wounds upon their children, control instead of guiding the children, demand loyalty instead of building trust. And I mean, providing materially, but neglecting emotionally. But some of these, as I said, some they just don't know. They just don't know that how they are raising the kids is impacting them. And in this modern age where there are technology, there are people are using even technology to replace parenting. And then because of work schedules, some people are not even nurturing and raising the kids, because now we don't have, there used to be the mother or the father in the house raising the kids. It's no longer there. So now everybody going to work. The child is always in the daycare. He barely sees the parent having interaction with any one of them. And so far as they think he's in the house, they are raising them. Of course, maybe for tax benefits and all that, right? But there's no intentional, there is no effort, there is no conscious efforts to raise the kid to become a responsible a person who can also be self-reliant, independent. They are not putting those efforts in there. In that sense, then we say you don't deserve.
You don't deserve it. Okay, thank you so much, Council Isaac Henry. You are also welcome. The word veteran. Thank you so much for the donor that you sent. Slim B Jambra. Oh my goodness, Slim B, you are so special. You sent me this beautiful. Let me deal with these people. Hold on. Okay. Yeah, you sent me beautiful heart. I really appreciate. Thank you. I love it so much. All right, ladies and gentlemen, as the wedding veteran, you have anything about the deserving your child as a parent? You have anything else to add?
So I think I said it initially, and Um, the Council of the Living Saints has also said it all, but deserving is a very big word, and so if it says, like, even biblically, we say that we receive blessings that we do not deserve. That means that we the blessings that we are receiving right now, we did nothing,
To deserve
right?
it.
We did nothing to get those. But here, the parents gave birth to the child. So the parent did something. But as to if this person is capable of being that parent, or managing and taking care of that gift that has been given to him or her, then that is where the question is, that not everybody is capable. And so the word deserve, just like a lot of us don't like to use the word hate because it's very deep. um, Deserves is also a deep word, that if we say somebody doesn't deserve it, he doesn't deserve it, but God gave it to the person, right? To the parent, either through disciple means, or out of wedlock, or unexpected, or whatever. God gave it to this person. But so uh, this parent is deserving, but the other question is to whether they are capable of taking care of what they have been given. I think that is how, maybe to me, that is how the question should have been framed over there. But again, we both saying the same thing, that some people are not capable of taking care of kids that they've been given, or children that they've been given. So in that case, uh, you know, they don't deserve.
Yeah, I know. Say, I
Yeah.
want to do. It's too strong. Oh, cancel.
Yeah, I think we can also take a look at the
Let me
deserve
give a
in
hand
a
of
way.
applause to Slim B for the gift. Okay, go ahead. Cancel, go
I
ahead.
think we can also look at it as when the children have grown, right? And as you mentioned, right, the parent was not there. And now they trying to reconnect with the children, and the children are like, okay, you don't deserve to be my parent. I mean, that is also a very tough place to be, when perhaps the parents acknowledge their mistakes that they've done in raising the kids, but that is very challenging. So in that sense, then the word deserve there can also be looking into a different context, like to deserve a child's love, right? This is earned through nurturing. Of course, we know to deserve the child's biological connection, to deserve the child's ongoing presence. So that's where the word deserve can raise a lot of tension and issues right there. Will children now find a way to forgive their parents when it comes to them realizing, or when they come out of age, and they I know there are some too that they may be wrong, right? The kids may be wrong. It's not necessarily the parents did not do their best. They're just comparing, right? They are comparing their parents with others, and they think they don't deserve them, right? They don't deserve them to be their children because they are not providing enough for them as another parent is also providing for them. But as we said, if children are blessings to a family, God gave us to each other, then children who are in such situation as an adult right now should find a way to amend and heal the relationship they have with their, I would say, biological parents. And then added to the mix is also when you have some other adopted families who have raised the children, and now the biological parents now seeking a place in their children's life. That is also challenging, right? But I would say in such situations, the adopted family should find a way to heal those relationships that they have with their biological parents. Yeah, the word deserve really, really raise a lot of, I think, issues and bring things to light.
Okay, all right. Thank you so much, Cancel.
You're my morning, you're my light.
Ladies and gentlemen, you may have your own thoughts, your own explanation if you want to join us on TikTok. If you want your voice to be heard, you can join us on TikTok as well. If you want to send us message on the comment section on YouTube and Facebook, you can as well do the same thing. But to hear your voice, unless you come to the the TikTok before. So, thank you so much, Slim B, for the roses, and thank you so much for your likes. Men benefit, marriage benefits men more than women. You have to prove me wrong. I don't know what you think. And should people marry for love or stability? These are the three things that we're talking about. And not every parent deserves their child. For that one, the particular I hurt me. It's about my come say pum pum.
When my heart smells you from afar, your scent travels through my dreams, oh la la.
When my heart smells you from afar, your scent travels through my dreams.
Your name shines in my heart's crown.
Your name shines in my heart crowns.
You wanna kwacha. It's only you. My comare koswakodo. My heart keeps loving you.
It's only you that my komare koswado.
Amour, me-
Wanamu medowo.
Oh, baby.
This is a very beautiful song.
Stay put.
So yekase, we love somebody. Then when we are going into relationship, into marriage, then we should go with love, not the stability. But the marriages of today, it's other way around. Gone were the days where people marry because they give kids to their husbands. Like when the child is 18, 17, 20, they give it to they give her to an old man. Go and marry this man because he's worthy. It means that the parents are giving this child's hand in marriage for the properties. Wow, so able to take care of the kids, and the kids stand a chance of inheriting the kingdom, some of the kingdoms of the man.
Your child will get a surname.
A surname. Thank you very much, man. Your child will get a surname. And so, Kona Kowarano Uwaria, he's one of the children of this guy. There was this man in Ghana, Alhaji Banda. On and on, a lot of ships and boats, one of the wealthy men. May his soul rest in peace. I'm with free. So, if you marry such a man, he's old, but they give you 18, 17, hey, Banda family, you are part of it. And your ship back, it's a lot of money. So they give, God what they do, where they give the women to the men to marry for the stability, for the purpose of what you will gain, but not for true love. I don't mean to touch the brothers and sisters Muslims, but those times when we were there, we were in our villages, when they were going to get married, you see a girl with her childhood boyfriend in the room, they will come and catch her by force to go and give her hand in marriage, and the girl will be crying and crying and crying that this will be the last time that I'm going to see the boy that I said I love. You know what I mean? But in the minds of the parents, they also probably wanted something good for the child, according to them. But they were not considering the love, or they were not considering the needs of the child, but they were considering their grandchildren. Grandchildren able to be inherited, the name, the properties, and those stuff. The wedding veteran, do you have something to say?
Yeah, so I mean, and the council mentioned it sometimes it's culture, right? Some cultures, even up to now, you said gone are the days, but up to now, some cultures still uphold that belief where they give, the girls at early age to men who are old enough to be their grandfathers to marry. For them, not necessarily the stability part, but cultural. So that is also there. So it's not like it's gone; it's still in the system. That's what I wanted to say.
Oh, okay. But when you talk to friends of these people, I mean this religion culture who used to do that, it's not like that anymore. Right now, they are even allowing that if you go and marry a Christian, it's your choice. Though the family may not be happy, but it's your choice. You know, they are realizing that when they force the hands of their girl child to a marriage, sometimes it leads to marriage infidelity. She will be with the husband, but we want to say on because that is the one of face obano she gets the odor near ya uhiano. You know, buhana say aware akokora, but not on be man so that leads to infidelity. I think they said now they've given them, you know, though it sometimes family need to but where they are, they will just allow you to go ahead, you know, and marry the one that you love. So it's marriage for love, for stability, for what, you know. So that is what we're talking about. Pacho, if you are down there on FYP, you can still join us on the box or in the box and talk about this. You can send your messages, your comment to the comment section. Council, do you have anything in any of the stability and the love? If you have anything to say about that?
Yeah, I mean, I think it should be both, not either or. Because yes, as we know, if we're looking at every relationship, marriage is every relationship that evolved into marriage. Then it starts off with mutual benefits. As we know, the first law of life is survival. So you can say you just love somebody, and then when you enter into the relationship, you don't have emotional stability, mental stability, you don't have financial stability, economical stability. All these are reasons why people divorce, right? So even spiritual stability, all those things account. If you don't have stability, then that relationship is doomed for. But nevertheless, we're also talking about love as the binding force for a marriage or every relationship. So if you don't have that, then definitely you can have all these stabilities, financial stability and everything, and still it is going to be a wrecking ball. So that is, I would say it should be either or, not one above the other. And these are the two things I think very, very important when it comes to you getting into marriage. Should be fundamental. You should make sure that these two are there. There are others that you have to consider, but these two must be.
Okay. The word we're trying before I be close, very soon. Before we go, do you have anything else, for the three topics that we said? Anything to close up the word veteran? Okay, if she's not ready, let me start from. Okay,
So,
okay, you're there.
I'm
All right.
here. So, in a nutshell, I would say for the first question, marriage benefit men more than women. No? It shouldn't be the case. It's a mutual, relationship. It's a consensus. But then also, it depends on the motive behind why those two are getting in a relationship, which leads to the second one, that some people come into the relationship for love. In that sense, it will benefit both of them because each one want to be loved. But where it comes to stability, people enter into relationship and marriage for that matter for stability, then it's going to benefit whoever is providing whoever is needing the stability more than whoever is providing the stability. I don't know if that makes sense. In that sense, then we can say a man or a woman benefits from that. When we go to our cultural perspective, we look at culture where some people just marry or go into the marriage as a result of, this person is rich, so when you marry this person, our family, you're going to elevate our family from, poverty.
Okay.
That is the stability part. And one thing that I also believe is that sometimes people will go in there for stability, but then later on it develops into love, which we can tell or give a lot of examples into that.
And then
Now,
for that one, I say movie man, Yasma be for so Mbeku be Naja. Baba just who we know say I'm a fall in love, I can't kill.
that is possible, depending on how you treat the person,
Yeah.
it can change their mind, so or if they had any ulterior motive, it could. It's possible for their minds to be reversed. And then leading to the third one, where not every parent deserve their child. No, we also talked about the fact that it is, more so of, are they capable of, being a parent? Or that is what I will put it. Like, are they capable? Because at the end of the day, if they don't deserve it, would have been given it to them, whether out of wedlock or plan, or one of the oopsies that that the child came. But at the end of the day, we know God provides the child. God could have made it impossible for this parent to have the child, but He made it possible, and now this parent had a child. But the fact that the question as to whether they are capable of being a parent is where we should question. We should be able to ask that. And in the case where they are not able, or they are not capable of becoming parent, that's where in our society here, that child can be taken from the parents to be given to one who, again, in quote, deserves the child, because they want a child to be able to take care of, but don't have it. So in that case, that's just brought a question. So in that case, any parent that needs child that don't have the child, are we going to say that they are not deserved?
They deserve. They do deserve.
You see that? I don't know if that makes sense,
everybody
right?
deserves to be a parent, or to have a child.
Yes, everybody deserves to. Yes, but it's everybody capable of
Probably
being a parent.
That should have been how we.
That to me, in my opinion, that is the question here. So those are three good topics.
Queen Latifah, you're welcome.
Sound very
Go ahead.
very emotional, but hey, I'm glad that we are able to dive deeply into it and be able to throw some perspectives on it.
All right, thank you so much. The word veteran, the council, your last for the three topics that we close.
My life in your arms.
Council said, "Oh, wow, enche busua ya di jumedi ni baba we say I catch us had ya ba ya cha ya 1 hour to 1.5 hours depending on the situation." Mother love, you are welcome. The council said, when you are ready, please let me know so that you give your closing remarks. Then we bring the program to an end. TRK Multimedia, Midi Ankasa Eddie Ata Bafu Jamra, being your host for the past 1 hour. So be with me and let's go. Council Pacha, let's close.
Yeah, tomorrow.
Oh, okay. All right. Your closing remark for the three topics.
Yeah, it's been just a wonderful time we've had in discussing these topics. I know it's very, very relatable, and so many people might be affected with this discussion. So, yes, when we are talking about marriage, I know we mentioned that statistically and historically, we can say men kind of benefit, but the ideal one, you're all sovereign being from God, and you should mutually benefit. It shouldn't be one over the other. Respectfully, you should, and then raise kids if you have kids, and love each other, and have interest to care for each other. So that is for that topic. And for should we marry for love and stability, I say you should consider both. And I know when people say you are going in for consciously, like stability is wrong, I would say first law of life is survival. So you should consider that whoever that you are marrying you're going to have stability in all the areas of life in terms of needs. It should be also considered. And then for the last one, as we say, not every parent deserve their children. As we said, the emphasis is on the word deserve. If it's for entitlement as to who is responsible for these children, who kind of, because your biological parents by rights, who has the right over the children, it shouldn't be for the government, it shouldn't be for other entities, but the parents should have and decide for their children. But when it comes to parenting, that is where we can all step in as community. When there is an abuse, when there is in situations where the children are being harmed, we should all step in and not say because their biological parents, they deserve to treat the children or such an abusive or violent way. In no way should we accept that as a society. So yeah, that is what I can add on.
All right. Thank you so much, the Council of the Living Saints. Thank you so much, the Worthy Veteran. Thank you, all of you, for joining. This is what we do every Saturday afternoon. We used to be here in the morning, but we've kind of changed our schedule a little bit. So bear with us around this time. Every Saturday, we try to bring you relationship topics. And every Sunday after church, we also bring you financial education. We used to come with sports, but we are doing something with the sport channel. So we will finish very soon, then we will come again with the sports on Sundays. So Sundays, we come with two strong live. Oh, these guys are working hard. Ladies and gentlemen, thank you so much for all your effort and your contribution. I really appreciate you all. I've been your host for the past 1.5 hours or 1 hour and some change. I'm going to be here tomorrow for our financial education, weekly financial education. If you live in America or Canada or Ghana, Africa, any part of Africa, Asia, Europe, you need to know something about your finances. You need to know something about how to properly rearranging your financial portfolios so that in the near future you will not be found wanting. Where there are misfortunes are hanging around, one way or the other, no one prays that misfortune happens. But yesterday I saw another heartbreaking moment of one Ghanaian brother who lived in America here. And until we are still doing GoFundMe for that person. Yes, you could be free my bonso. But me GoFundMe, I said you are subjecting the person to kind of, more body. But I said, hey, no be a you will fear you fear no. So will be free when I send when that happens. Wo ni obi a umeni da also. Wo no umeni da also. They rely on you. They are looking forward for your help. Now all the no accept to was yanko la sulala answer na be to me see you. That is why I'm recommending Bernice Jambra. Any as you can I'm telling you, they are both licensed financial professionals who live in San Antonio here, doing massive job. And trust me, contact them on 210-852-3584. Send us a team in there, able to me send me a message or comment section. Say, hey, I want to know more about the financial education. Then I'm going to connect you to these people to help you rearrange your financial portfolio. ATRK Multimedia, we bring you nothing but the best. Until we meet again another time next week, or until we meet again tomorrow. Yes, tomorrow we're going to be here for our financial education. What we are saying is that God bless you. The Worthy Veteran, are you here to say something? Oh, okay, you just came in. So, ladies and gentlemen, I'm off. I'm out.